Thank you very much, Tanja, for the introduction. As Tanja introduced me as I'm Sabine Kunst. I'm the head of the open spaces in the TU Delft Library in the Netherlands. And this picture is our building. It's a picture made in the pre-corona time, because you see those people are sitting really nice, cozy together on our roof of our building. And that's what is possible when it is sunny weather like it is also today here. I will continue. Oh, sorry. What will I'm going to tell in this presentation. I will first give you a short introduction to our library. And then I will tell you something about our motivation. Why did we focus on citizen science? Then I take you on our journey to explore citizen science. We did that in 2020. And I will tell you something about where we are now. And then there's some time for questions. The TU Delft Library is a library of a technical university. Last year we made a new roadmap for the next 5 years. And in that roadmap we have 3 strategic themes. And for people who are working on a university library, I think they will recognize some of these themes in what they are doing. But for us, our main themes are open science. We want to be, I have to make this a little bit shorter because I see too many nice faces on my screen and I cannot see my own presentation. We want to be the driving force within the TU Delft in enabling the culture shift towards open science. I will tell a little bit more about this topic later. Then the second theme is the academic visibility and impact. We want to increase the findability and the visibility and impacts of the TU Delft knowledge. And we will do that with our experience, expertise, and also different tools like data management, research intelligence, and old publishing tools. And then the third theme is the inspiring learning environment. That is in our building. Everyone is welcome. So you don't have to be a student of the university or employee of the university. Everyone is welcome to study and also to find new ideas and insights. And an important thing we offer in the library is that we have a lot of library programming. So we organize debates, lectures, workshops, exhibitions with all kinds of things. And since I'm the head of open spaces, this third theme, the inspiring learning environment, is my responsibility. And the programmers of the library are also in my team. So not the librarians and the hosts are in my team, but also the people who are responsible for the programming. The TU Delft has a long history of engagement with open science. It started, I think, in the early 2000s. And during the years, various activities came up and were brought further. And in 2019, we said, okay, it's time to bring all these various activities together in one program. And the library got the responsibility of this program, but there are also participating other departments of the university. For example, Education and Students Affairs is participating in the program. The legal department is participating, and also the ICT department. So last year we made a strategic plan, open science, for the next 4 years. And while making that plan, there was, and the aim is to bring open science to the next level. We really want to reach the situation in the university in which open science will be the default way of practicing research and education, because in our open science program, open education is also very prominent in this program. This is the framework of our open science program, and you see that there are 5 pillars. These are the projects: open education, open access, open publishing platform, fair data, and fair software. And we have 3 cross-cutting themes that are important for all the 5 projects. And while making this program, the question raised: is it appropriate to add citizen science and open hardware as projects in this program? Up till 2019, we had not that much experience with citizen science and open hardware. But of course, we were following the international developments in this, and we saw that citizen science became more and more related to open science. So we wanted to see if it also fits in our open science program. And I told you before that I'm responsible for the open spaces. So the steering committee thought it is a good idea to ask our head of open spaces if she wants to be the project leader of the exploration citizen science at TU Delft. And I was really happy with this question because I'm really interested in citizen science. But to be honest, I had no experience at all with citizen science. So that's why I started to look for people in our university who had some experience with citizen science and asked them to participate in my project team. And the first thing what pops up when you Google citizen science and TU Delft is the Water Lab. And the Water Lab is a collaboration between the Science Center of the TU Delft and some other organizations, and they are collaborating in the Water Lab together on citizen science projects related to water. So I found a content developer of that Water Lab and a researcher who are really interested in participating in this exploration citizen science at TU Delft. I also found one of my colleagues from the Research and Development Department of the library, and she had a special interest in citizen science and did some exploration already. So that was very nice. So we built a team, the 4 of us. And what did we want to do? We want to find a definition of citizen science. We also want to find the position of citizen science within open science. We were looking for a vision for citizen science at TU Delft, and also about a possible approach for the development of citizen science. So we did several activities like desk research, webinars, workshops, and conferences. We had a lot of interviews with experts and researchers from TU Delft, but also from other universities. We organized a couple of working sessions with experts and interested parties from TU Delft. And what we also did is we supported 2 citizen science projects. Well, actually, we supported Smartphones for Water, and we collaborate in a new project, and it's called Delft Measures Rain. It was a project we started last summer during the pandemic. A lot of people were not going on holidays. So we thought it might be interesting to start a citizen science project with them about the rainfall during the summer months. And about 100 people participated in this project. They made their own rain cage. And there was also an educational part of this project. So by times and time, there was a newsletter with information about why it's important to measure the rain and what researchers at TU Delft are doing in the water management department. And at the end, we organized a webinar, as we are in now, with all the participants to present the results and discussed about their experiences. So it was a very nice way for us to get some experience with citizen science. Well, during the exploration, there was an important question to be asked, and it is, why should anyone do citizen science? Why do you want to work or collaborate with citizens when you're doing your research? And we found different motivations of doing citizen science. And an important one, of course, is to collect large amounts of data that can be collected without the citizens. I put a lot of links in this presentation. I will not show them now, but later on you can have a look at yourself. But Smartphones for Water is a good example of this type of motivation for citizen science. A very well-known project, international project, is Eterna. I think people of you might have heard of this, especially with the pandemic. It's a very active game to unravel complex structures of RNA. And so citizens are really helping in of contributing to molecular design and to find vaccines for the COVID. So that's a very good motivation to use citizens, because they, what they do in 1 year is what researchers took for 3 years or even more. Another very important motivation is to empower citizens. Because by citizen science, you are bringing science to the people, and also you're increasing the trust in science. A nice example of this is Drinkable Rivers, very international project. And then, of course, well, that's what you all will know, because it's also the background of INOS, is that it's a good way of involving students in higher education in scientific research. It's very nice for them to get their first experience with scientific research, and also to see how what the questions are in society. And another type of things is that the citizens themselves initiate the social science, because they have some questions in their own environment. The definition. Tanya said that after this workshop you will know what citizen science is. Well, it's very hard to find one clear definition of citizen science. And during our working sessions, people really asked for a definition we can use within the TU Delft. So what we did is we defined a very simple definition. It's citizen science is scientific research and education in collaboration with citizens. But we also define some requirements for this, and they are related to the 10 principles of citizen science provided by the European Citizen Science Association. I will not all tell them, but there are, an important one for us is that it's research, and it has to also wat even kijken. Yeah, because we had a lot. Oh no, I will not. I will continue, because otherwise. Another very interesting thing we found in our explanation was the classification Hickley made in 2013 about the levels of participation in citizen science. It was very useful for us to use this classification, and then you see that the lowest level is level 1, is crowdsourcing, and at every stage the participation of citizens becomes more and more in your research project, and at level 4 it's like collaborative science. The researcher and the citizen scientist are collaborating in all phases of a research project. As I said, we organized a couple of working sessions, and to do that we were looking into our own university to people who had experience with citizen science or people who were interested in citizen science. And I put all the departments that were represented in our working sessions together. And you can see there are a lot of different departments. There are some of our faculties with researchers who were into citizen science already or interested in, and other are more collaboration organizations For example, I mentioned already the Water Lab, but we also have a collaboration that's called Global Initiative. And they are doing a lot of development research in, or global research in development countries. And they use a lot of citizen science methodologies in this. And we were also lucky to have a participant of the European Citizen Science Association, Margaret Gold. She's living in Holland, close to Delft, and she liked to participate in our working sessions, and that was very fruitful. So what were our main findings? Well, what we find is that citizen science is not yet a well-known concept at TU Delft. There are several researchers who have experience with one form or another of citizen science or citizens engagement, but they don't call it citizen science. So they are not aware that their type of science is citizen science. And there are also several researchers who are interested in these forms of research. The value of involving citizens in science is recognized by a lot of researchers and a lot of colleagues in the university, although, and that's really an issue, there are concerns about the reliability of data and also about the time-consuming nature of this research approach. And we also find that there is a lot of knowledge and experience of citizen science, but it is fragmented across the university. And it's also knowledge and experience that is not meant for citizen science yet. We can use it to support citizen science, but it's not focused on citizen science yet. And we find a very large international network outside that can support us in our development of citizen science. And what is very clear that there is a need for support and more information for further development and professionalization of citizen science at TU Delft. The main researchers' needs are, and that's very, I think everyone who is into citizen science will recognize this, the researchers need skills and tools to collaborate with citizens. And the researchers need time, and time is sometimes or always money, to collaborate with citizens. And the very important thing is they need reward and recognition for this kind of research. For us, it was important to see how citizen science can contribute to our strategic framework of the university. And we found that there are 4 main principles in the strategic framework of our university that are impact, commitment, openness, and excellence. Well, we thought that for 3 of the 4 principles, citizen science is really supporting those principles. Thus was a nice thing to have in mind in our conversation with the board, because we had to advise the board about our results of this exploration. Now, there was also a question about how does it relate to the open science program, because that's where it started. Do we want to project citizen science in our open science program? Well, and we said yes, that there are good reasons to say that it's appropriate to start a citizen science project in the open science program, because it's an international development. We see it everywhere, this development. We found that citizen science enables open science and requires open science, so it really is related to each other. And we find that citizen science calls upon all the projects we had already in our program and the cross-cutting teams. And it provides an added value because it's the interaction with the society. Open science is more a one-way type of research. You open your results and your science for the society, but with citizen science, there is that interaction with the society. So we suggested this new structure for our open science program. As you can see, there is a new project, open hardware, fair hardware, as a new pillar. But we said citizen science will not be a pillar in this program, but it is more embracing all the pillars and all the cross-cutting themes, because it has to do with all these aspects of open science. So in January this year, we had an advice to our board of the university, and we asked them, okay, it's wise to include citizen science as a project in the open science program. And we asked them to enable and encourage the formation of a citizen science community at TU Delft, and to create support structures and an infrastructure, to make showcases of already existing citizen science projects at TU Delft, and also to make a limited budget available to sponsor new citizen science projects to gain future experiences. So where are we now? Well, citizen science has been formally added as a project to the open science program. And in addition to our advice, a major focus for this project in this year is to identify the ethical and legal aspects of citizen science and the support needed for researchers on this. This was a main point of our board. It had to be, they thought this is a really interesting and important thing to identify what aspects are concerning citizen science and how we can organize the support for the researchers, because it's quite complex with all the legal aspects, and researchers are not aware of these aspects when they are starting a project, what I don't even call citizen science. It's because for them it's just a research project. We will start with a follow-up for the Delft measures rating, and we want to optimize all open science aspects in this pilot project. And also improve the citizen science components in that project. And since the 1st of March this year, we had the opportunity to participate ourselves in a citizen science project from our Mobility Innovation Center. They are measuring the movements of the visitors in the library with an app and with also a tag and a bracelet, and they asked us to participate. They didn't call this a citizen science project, and we experience all the additional skills and logistics we need to engage non-researchers in our situation. The non-researchers are the students, but also the employees who are working in the library. They have to participate in this research and have to do a lot of extra things. And so we have to motivate them, we have to engage them, we have to communicate with them, we want to educate them about why it's important to participate in this project. And it's a very good field lab for us in what is citizen science all about. Well, this was my presentation. Thank you for your attention.